From Los Angeles, California, for the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hi, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, once again joined by a man who has thrown his pants and underwear out the window and has somehow shoved his boner back through his legs and is currently arc-pissing on top of his own head. That's Geoff Clark.
Hey, what's up?
And beaming to us from the Jurassic Age, the bearded booger-eating pterodactyl known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo!
Woo! Back once again. Lots of shit to discuss.
Little Mama.
Little Mama's in the house.
Allie.
She's a little camera shy. Oh, wow. She responds quicker to Allie than she does Little Mama. Little Mama! Oh, she swooped over for that one. Little treat for the YouTubers.
It's her 2-year Clark anniversary. We got her 2 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, big day for her. We're going to get her in and out. She's had a couple treats already. We took a nice long walk by the beach. So, it's a big day for Little Mama.
It's a big day for all of us, you know?
You want to hit the week. We want to hit the ground running this week, am I right?
Well,
You have a lot to talk about, I feel like. Actually,
I kind of do.
And I just remembered the third thing I want to talk about.
I kind of figured that would do it. I kind of figured that would do it. I think I know.
And it bridges it all together because you had a fucking sick week last week. It was sick week.
A sick 24 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's more what it was.
If I have I enjoyed watching something I saw on Instagram of you.
Well, Shuddy, I just looked at the levels. You might want to turn yourself up a tiny, tiny bit.
Is that better?
A little bit more.
Is that better?
Nope. Did you turn it down?
No, I didn't. I just moved the microphone.
It's fucking smart ass, Shuddy.
Yeah.
I can't
How's
believe
that?
This asshole.
Is that better? Yo, yo, yo.
No. God damn it, Shuddy. Louder. Not the same.
You did just kind of mute
You're
yourself.
turning the knob slightly.
There we go.
I don't know
okay,
what
you're good.
want.
Right there. Right there.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Beautiful. What were we talking about?
I don't know. But
Oh, your
if we're gonna-
24-hour power hour.
If we're going to do this
power.
correctly, we have to do it proper. And there's only one way to do that. Oh, I and I gonna bake up some fresh Geoffy Cakes. Feeling Irie man, bomba clad boy and boy, I and I. Lord of mercy.
Lord of mercy.
So,
Good thing I don't have shit to do for the next 7 hours.
I stumbled upon something while I was checking out at the dispensary. And I'm 99% sure this is something that has never been covered on Baking with Geoffy Cakes. I actually have been holding on to these for a couple of weeks. I tried one. I tried half of one. And it got me pretty rocked. Again, I'm a bitch. I'm very, very sensitive to edibles. They hit me quick. They rock my ass. Geoff has a way, way, way better tolerance.
Did you have one, or did you just correct yourself and have half of one?
I had half of one.
Only half of one, okay.
Yeah,
And it
so-
did knock you on your ass.
Not necessarily knock me on my ass. I
You
was still
felt it.
functionable, but I felt it, yeah.
How's the body high? Because I got a little neck thing right here, and I would appreciate some sort of THC remedy for that.
I think this will help.
All right.
Um,
It can't hurt, I'll tell you
So,
that.
what I have here is
Moon
some
rocks? Or,
Sonder space crystals.
Pop rocks?
They're pop rocks.
Yeah.
Medicated pop rocks. Pretty sure we've never done these on the show before, right?
I can't remember. I feel like
We've done so many. It's so hard to keep
feel
track.
like we may have. I do.
Well, either way, it's been a long-ass time.
Yeah.
So,
It's definitely not. Well, if we would have done them, it would have been before video, so I can't say for sure.
that is definitely true. Baking with Geoffy Cakes was on hiatus for quite a long time.
Yeah, I ate my way through the medical marijuana market.
And now it's back
And
with a
right.
vengeance.
Yeah.
Either way, if we did do medicated pop rocks, we didn't do this brand. There's 2 flavors, peach or pineapple.
I'll go. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's pink and purple. So I figured it'd be grape and like strawberry. But you're saying it's say that again?
Yeah, there's
Peach and pineapple.
Peachy passion, and then pineapple party. And they're
I'll do the pineapple one.
okay.
Which I would.
So I
Say
tried the peach
strawberry?
ones. I tried the peach ones. I love.
You
peach.
just handed him the peach one, though.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
You did.
I'm looking at myself on the Zoom camera, and shit's reversed, and it scrambled my brain.
Honestly, if you didn't say that, I would have had no idea.
So the whole packet is.
Like, I don't know. It tastes kind of peachy,
Yes.
and I
it's
would
more-
have still not have known. I still would have just talked right through it.
Each package is 10 milligrams,
Oh man!
and
I'm gonna
there's
have to inject this into my anus for me to get high.
there's a decent amount. Like you get a decent amount of the treat, and they're fucking good. Like the peach one tastes really good, and
How much are they? So it's obviously a pack of Pop Rocks.
yeah,
What were they cost-wise?
$10. They were a little pricey.
Well, that's not terrible.
So-
I thought it would be worse. I do need to take this. It's Big Acai calling.
Oh Jesus!
Is
All right.
say your pitaya because those are two totally different calls as we discussed in the Easter egg.
Hello, Shuddy the Boy talking.
I think it's Uncle Shuddy in his situation.
So yeah, the directions for these say hold crystals in mouth until dissolved, 30 to 60 seconds. Effects begin 15 minutes to an hour later.
So do you want me to wait for Shuddy to get back on?
No.
Because I mean, you're gonna have to kill the time if I'm gargling these Pop Rocks.
Well, we can get the nice sound of you of them exploding in your mouth.
All right, yeah, that's true.
And I do have it's getting hot here in the valley, and I do have the AC on, so if anybody hears anything in the background, I know we go through this every fucking year, and everybody tells me I'm crazy and they can't hear it, but
Yeah,
I always get nervous. I don't like background noise.
because it's loud and we can hear it through our headphones. But we've had enough listener.
Yeah, and Lil Mama's here.
Yeah, she needs it.
She's wearing a fur coat. We can't have her sweating to death.
So Shuddy looks like he's hopping back on. But either way, I'm gonna. Do I have to? Can I rip
bussies.
these? Can I
Oh,
rip?
fuck, you might-
Okay, yeah. Good.
Oh, it rips?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the candy itself, Pop Rocks, I think they're actually like they're fucking awesome, but like the whole process of them and just like the Pop Rocks vibe, I find it kind of annoying. I don't know. Like I prefer.
But you have to make them make noise while you eat them?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It feels like it's a once in a blue moon type thing, whereas like I can really eat like Reese's, Kit Kats, Snickers almost whenever.
For sure. I mean, I'm not looking to, if I got back on the candy train, it would not be a daily thing, despite the fact that they do taste really good. And
Yeah, and it's fun.
it is fun. And you can try that urban legend and put a mouthful of Pop Rocks in your mouth and then wash it down with soda and swallow it and see if you explode.
I feel like I've done that before, and
You haven't
Here I
exploded.
am.
Yeah, Geoff has not exploded.
It's confirmed that
Not once in his life, actually. It's a pretty good average.
yeah, I'm actually batting 100% with the soda and Pop Rock. So can I just all in one shot, right?
If you want to.
Is that how you did it, or did you snack on them?
I just dumped a bunch in my mouth, and it actually dumped out faster than I was expecting.
Right.
And then I felt the bag and saw that I had eaten half of it, and I was like, all right, I'll just see how this treats me first.
I'm gonna just take it all. Take it all right in my mouth.
You'll slobber all over it and just take it all like a good little slut.
Oh wow, Lil Mama can hear the Pop Rocks in action, and you've caught her attention. Wow, I can smell them. I can smell the
Yeah.
pineapple.
I can taste the pineapple and the THC. Shuddy hates this. Shuddy, how do you feel about this asthma?
Asthma. I think Shuddy has us on has his meeting on speakerphone, but can still hear what we're saying.
Oh, okay.
Don't laugh, Shuddy. Don't laugh. Game face. This is business.
My bad. I saw his headphones on, so I figured he was good to go. Now that I hear what you're saying, it makes sense. He hates when people talk with stuff in their mouth, so he's probably fucking fuming right now.
We'll see if he does a putter throw and rips his headphones off and chucks them at the wall.
It comes in real hot. Actually, it looks pretty locked into his business call.
What's the flavor on those like? They taste good?
They taste awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had them, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I had
as
the
a
peach
pop
one.
rocks experience, it tastes like legitimate Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
Initially, you get like the wave of THC flavor, but it's really not that aggressive. It tastes good.
Yeah.
I like Pop Rocks. I don't know. It's still popping in my mouth. It's kind of fun. You can hear it, right? Yeah. Hopefully, I have this going for the next 20 minutes. Oh, get some more.
Oh, found another deposit in there.
Yeah.
Back by my wisdom teeth. I think it's stuck on my uvula.
Uvula. Isn't that a vaginal? I don't know. I don't know what uvulas are.
Isn't that the thing you're supposed to rub on a woman's vagina when you're having sex?
Yeah, that's the spot in her vagina you're looking for, right? The uvula.
Here, let me tongue dart your uvula.
Little mama looking at me like, you want some Pop Rocks?
Oh, can't have those yet. No doggy THC.
No, not yet. Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet. She's good with getting contact high, though.
Did you eat the whole bag? Was that the whole
Yeah.
thing? Nice.
That's it. So it's only 10 milligrams. I can't imagine I'm going to be wasted. It's going to affect my podcast performance or even really just get me high. I don't think it will get me high, but maybe.
Sorry about that, guys.
I enjoy the treat. It's all good. So
Did you have to murder people, Shuddy?
No. I just had to pay for refrigeration equipment, as stated in the Easter egg.
You're going right to the marijuana, so you're done for the day. You're good to go here, you think? Or you don't think any of the problems that could arise will be affected by your...
I think that I've worked for this company for 5 years, and for a large majority of that 5 years, Monday afternoons have been me time.
That's right.
For this.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
so while I still tend to do some work while we record, that's out of my feeling of responsibility, and not necessarily. It just happened that the guy that was supposed to call me back an hour ago called me back when we started recording. So that's why this all wasn't done before show.
So sometimes your Monday work is just a demonstration of your professionalism, but there's no professional obligation for you because they know.
Correct.
They know. Gotcha.
Correct.
Hey, what was the thing on Instagram that you saw about Kevin? What was that about? What were you talking about? I missed that.
Oh, him skateboarding on Tony Hawk's half pipe.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so that's what I was referencing too. That was your big 24-hour
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So you did action sports both land and sea, right?
Yes. Yeah, in one day. Yeah.
Nice. A little surf and turf.
Yep.
Literally.
So we did a show with this guy, Jonathan Freeman, who's a surfer, and he's strongly tied to this really famous Instagram account that focuses on surfing humor called Kook of the Day.
Does he get chicks?
He's married. He's married and he has kids.
Okay.
So yeah,
That doesn't necessarily answer the question.
he did. He landed one pretty well,
Yeah, I'm
being
sure
that
he did.
she married him and procreated.
I feel like surfers just probably do the best.
Well, he's a fucking really cool dude. He's
I bet he is.
he's incredibly nice. He's very energetic and positive, and he's one of those people where his energy is very contagious. Like when you're around him, you get caught up in his aura, for a lack of better term. So he came on the Jason Ellis show and just knocked it out of the park. He fucking killed it. He had the craziest stories ever.
Is this serious era or post-serious era? Have you known him for a while, or did he just come on for his first time?
No, he just came
recently?
on for his first time.
Okay.
I guess Jason was familiar with him, but I wasn't. And he moved out to L.A. I forget where he moved from, but he wanted to be an actor. It didn't really go anywhere. And then he signed up to be an EMT and just saw the craziest shit ever and was telling us all these stories. And we really vibed with him. He fit in great with the show. It was a perfect flow, really, really solid episode. And then when we stopped, the file got corrupted.
What?
Yeah.
So no one heard the conversation.
So what we ended up doing, I think there were 37 minutes that were salvageable from it. And after that, it all got corrupted and lost. So that went up on Patreon. Obviously, we can't put that out as a main podcast episode. So we put that up on Patreon so people could get like a taste of them.
Yeah.
And then we were like, because he lives in San Diego, and we're like, fuck, man, we got to do that over. And he was just like, oh, more than happy to come back and do another show. So Jason got the idea to be like, okay, he's always wanted to get me and Tully doing ocean stuff. Like, I think while he had this electric surfboard, he really wanted to get Tully and I on it and film it and work it into an episode somehow. But then he, like, before we could all get together, he, like, I guess he returned it, or the rental period ended. And he was like, okay, well, why don't we do a day at the beach with Jonathan? He gives me and Tully a surf lesson. And then we go down to San Diego and make a visit to Tony Hawk's ramp. And I was like, oh, man, that is going to be an exhausting
Sounds like the greatest
day.
thing ever.
Yeah, so we meet him. I forget which beach it was, but it's like a beginner beach halfway between L.A. and San Diego. And we had to get there at like 8 a.m. So dealing with morning L.A. weekday traffic, man, I had to wake up at like the ass crack of dawn. We rush down there. He's got all these boards set up for us, wetsuits and shit. And I actually managed to catch waves.
Was the water cold?
Yes. And my penis ran for the fucking hills.
It
It was very cold, even with a wetsuit.
How much did you complain
A lot.
about the cold?
I bitched a lot. When we got back to the beach, he was like, man, Kevin would not stop talking about his penis. Because at one point, I jumped up on the board because he was sort of like holding it for me. And it was real bitch-ass surfing. Like, I got on the board and laid on it. And then he would tell me when a wave was coming. And they're all very, very tiny, tiny waves. And then he would push the board at the right time so I would catch the little wave and could get on it.
Yeah. Supposedly that's the hardest part, according to surfers.
Yeah.
Who probably just take being in the water and balance for granted, because it theoretically, like, that to me would be the hardest, but it's like, no, it's reading the waves and knowing when to like go for it and when not to go for it.
And the water was super shallow. There was only like, I think the deepest it got might have been 18 inches.
You were in San Diego?
No, halfway to San Diego from L.A. I think it was kind of near Dana Point.
Oceanside area?
No
All right,
idea.
whatever. Okay.
But it was cool because it took me quite a few tries. I kept falling off the board every time I tried to stand up on it, and I was getting really frustrated. And then when I finally got up, I had never gotten up on a surfboard before. The only time in my life I had ever surfed was when I was 19, and my dad took me in Bayhead, New Jersey. And my dad was a gnarly surfer. He fucking loved it. He surfed all the time. He took vacations and trips specifically to surf in certain spots around the world. And the time he took me, you know, I'm a bitch when it comes to the sun and the beach. I'm not the biggest beach person just because I fucking burn so goddamn easily. Even with sunscreen on.
Yeah.
I have to put it on every hour or I fry.
Me too, and I'm fat. So it's like...
And I got bitch tits.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't particularly like that.
Yeah, I'm not like cool with taking my fat ass out there shirtless on the sand.
So I'm not a big beach guy. And I wasn't like, I didn't have tits when I was 19. I was still like gross scrawny back then.
Titless.
But still, my dad didn't give me a rash guard. He didn't give me a wetsuit. So when I went surfing, like your bare chest rubbing on the surfboard with the all the wax
Turtle
on it
wax.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It gives you rashes and breakouts and really fucks you up. And what it also does is it turns your nipples into two fucking pointy bugles. They grow into scabby little mountains.
Even don't you have like really aggressive nipples though?
I didn't back then. That was only when my bosoms came in, and then I got fat nips.
Okay.
But it gave me like these, like they turned super dark. They looked like chocolate. They were just like extended Madonna bra, pointy fucking Hershey kisses.
What music video is that? Is that Vogue?
I think it was Vogue, yeah. So that was my only ever previous experience surfing. I never got up. And I also like, my shit is snowboarding. That's another fucking expensive sport. Oh, I can't do both. So
because if you get good at two of those things, those can really only be your hobbies. Be your only hobby since you're getting good at two different sports.
And there's the whole fucking surf community, or people are gatekeepers of their local beaches, and if a new person shows up, they're dicks to them, and there's all these unspoken faux pas, and it just seems it's kind of like
it's a world that it goes way over my head. My buddy,
same.
My buddy who has a condo. You've met him before, college, but he has a condo down there, and I think Oceanside, and he's got family in Hawaii, and he tells me just about like you can't just like roll into random beaches. Like if you walk into someone's like surf territory, you get fucking punched in the head in the middle of the water.
Yeah, people are quick to fight you.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I, for some reason, am a magnet for aggression. Like if there's ever,
a punchable face,
a very punchable face, and I am noticeably weak, so people size me up for a split second, and they're like, "Oh, this guy poses no threat.
He's an easy win for my record."
Yep. So I'm just going to escalate. This never happens. You come across a bitch like this, once in a lifetime. I'm going to take this full aggression. Anytime
it's pubic zirconia.
Yeah. Anytime there's like a traffic incident, somebody cuts me off and I honk, they are like, "Oh, we're gonna get out of our cars and fight right now because you are no threat to me whatsoever, and I need an easy win."
I need a confidence boost, so come out and fight me.
Yeah, you put me in one of those situations on the beach, and I am the kook of the day, and everybody wants to beat me up. Yeah. So that is already intimidating. I don't want to fuck with that. I'm very bad with faux pas and unspoken rules. Like, every time I go gambling, I don't know how to fucking gamble. I've gambled a handful of times in my life at an actual casino, and I always fuck up. I always break some stupid rule that I'm not aware of, and then I get yelled at, and then I get embarrassed, and then want to fucking go away.
You were nervous originally about doing the blackjack table thing because you didn't want the one random to come through and school or be all pissed off about the way you made plays.
Yeah, I played at some casino in Pennsylvania once, and I was just playing blackjack on my gut. And some guy fucking yelled at me because I hit when I shouldn't have, and he was like, "That's my fucking card. You took my fucking card." And I'm like, "The fuck, man? Dealer asked me if I wanted to hit or stay, and I said hit. It's fucking my card.
Yeah.
Why are you yelling at me?" And then one time I was playing roulette, and I leaned a little bit on the glass, and the fucking dealer snapped at me there, and I got all embarrassed. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, well, that's something that you fucked up on.
There's no signs that say no leaning.
No, it's just common sense.
Why?
You shouldn't be leaning on the fucking roulette glass.
What am I going to do? Use the gravity of my body to pull the ball a little bit and go in the hole I want it to? Come on.
There's very little chance you're actually going to affect the roll. It's just it's just something that makes sense not to do.
I don't know. It was crowded. Everybody had seats, and I didn't have a seat.
Somewhere. I
was a little tired. I needed to lean.
Fuck it. Well, and you learned a lesson.
Either way, that's kind of why I could never just be a regular surfer. If Jonathan Freeman wanted to take me out every fucking day, that would be really fun. He was incredibly patient. He gave really good pointers. Anytime I started losing my cool and getting frustrated, he talked me down. He's a fucking great guy. And he got me up on waves. It felt really cool. I loved the feeling. It was very similar to snowboarding, and I'm addicted to that. And it also was like, with my dad just being so freshly gone and surfing being such a big part of his life, the first thought in my head was, I can't wait to call my dad and tell him about it. And, obviously a split second later, reality sets in. And it was a little emotional. So
Did you get the cool, looking into the sun on your surfboard in the middle of the water?
No, because I didn't look cool because I had a fucking full-body wetsuit on and a bonnet.
Oh, yeah. I saw you're wearing like a fucking helmet out there. I was like, man, this guy's really dressed like a bitch.
Because Jonathan brought all that stuff, and he's like, most of the heat when you're surfing escapes through your head, so you stay a lot warmer with these things. He's like, I always rock them. I'm like, this is the fucking brand ambassador for Kook of the Day. If he's saying it's chill, I'm going to do it. I don't want to be cold.
What, did Ellis and Tully have those on, too?
Well, Ellis didn't go surfing. Tully declined. But I rocked it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is Ellis not really into surfing, or
no,
he had
is.
something else going on?
But he wanted to get footage on his phone and stuff, even though we had a professional.
He was there.
there.
He just wasn't in the water, really.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks' time, I believe that episode comes out with Jonathan Freeman. and it'll be interspliced on YouTube with footage of Tully and I surfing. So
That's cool.
that'll
dude.
be cool to check out. And then
Is totally gonna make it more of like a regular thing. You said you didn't have the time. Is that something that he can fit in? I know he's like a family man too.
he is, but I think he also wants to get his son into surfing.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, Tully even said, he's like, when I moved to L.A., it was like, okay, well, I'm in L.A., I'm going to do L.A. things. I will probably at some point end up surfing. And in the, 16 or so years he's lived out here, he's never gone once.
Yeah.
So after doing that, and I think Jonathan gave him some tips on how to, handle shit with his son and get him into it, I think he's got a better chance of going again than I do.
Cool.
But then we, rinsed off, changed, and then drove the rest of the way to San Diego to go to Tony's ramp and skate with Tony Hawk.
Which is fucking sick. Is it at his house?
No, it's at his office. So he has like an office building in this industrial park that's where him and Jason record Hawk versus Wolf.
Okay.
And he's got that half pipe, that massive half pipe, and then behind that is a little skate park thing with some quarter pipes and kickers and handrails and stuff. And honestly, I thought they were just going to give us boards and say, like, go to town, do some stuff, see what you can do.
Yeah, we'll record.
Yeah, so I was planning on the last time I was there, which was, I don't know, maybe... I know the first time I went there was for Jason's 40th birthday, and he's 50 now, where we did a live show on Sirius where Jason tried to do a 540 on his 40th birthday. I can't remember if I've been back since then.
Did he stick it or no?
Yeah, it took him a while, but he got it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I the last time I was there, I skated a little bit in that tiny little park, and there were like smaller kickers, like really small, not kickers, but like quarter pipes. I don't even know if they could technically count as a quarter pipe because there's
Little ramps.
zero vert and they're very, very small angle. But I think I got up and did like a 50-50 stall on one of them. So I was like, I'll just do that. I'll just try and do some stalls. I used to be able to do those on smaller ramps. But they wanted me to go on the half pipe at the bottom and try to get enough momentum to see how high I could go up on each part of the half pipe.
They didn't like dare you to drop in?
No, that's a hospital trip.
Yeah, because they know. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that goes really bad.
Really
unless
bad.
unless you stick it.
I
right?
mean, the quarter pipe that he had back there that was bigger than I remember it being, I probably would have gotten fucked up if I dropped in on that. And I was willing,
I just
but
think,
we just never got around to it.
I just think of that time. Remember that story I told about the girl on the longboard going down the hill? I think of like you in that situation on the half pipe.
Yeah.
Like I can't stop. Like you actually like go down the ramp and are making it, and then you're going back up. You're like I can't stop.
Yeah.
Just like lose your fucking board. Oh man.
But I mean, Tony fucking broke his femur like a month ago.
I saw that. And now we're going to talk about this in a second when we do the reviews. I saw the Tony Hawk HBO documentary, too.
Yeah, same.
And the injury or the fall that he took at the end of that, if you remember, you saw the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you remember, and Stacey Peralta's like, dude, you can't fucking do this anymore. You're however old you are. That's a different fall than his feet. Yo, this dude is a trip.
The fall at the end of the documentary gave him a concussion.
Right. That's
This one, he compound fractured his femur.
So he broke through the skin.
Yes.
Wasn't he up walking last week?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Because now they don't, when you break a bone like that, they don't just like set it and put you in a cast. They give you a rod. So he basically has full use of his leg. The only thing, like, if he can't fall and re-break it because he would have to snap titanium.
Right.
It's just a matter of how much pain he can take, and it is, I think he was describing it to us, and he's like, they set it in a way where there's a gap in the bone to let it like heal.
Yeah.
So it'll rebuild that section and refuse the bone. The only thing fusing it now is fucking rod and screws, which, as you can imagine, is insanely painful to walk on. And he was telling us, like, he can't really go upstairs without the use of a cane. He walks with a cane. Like, when I was doing tricks, when skaters land a trick or when they're trying to pump somebody up, they'll smash the tail of their board on the ground.
Yeah, the trucks or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that with his cane. Like when I was
Nice.
skating.
So he couldn't get on the board at all, right?
He got on the board.
What?
Yes. He didn't drop in. He didn't do any tricks. But after we were all done, he got on that board and he started tic-tacking across the flat while everybody was just like Shuddy Boy's shirt with the cat. Like, ooh, like Home Aloneing.
Yeah. It's just, they talked about it in the documentary, but he's essentially going to have to be paralyzed before he ever gets off the skateboard. Like, it's just not going to happen.
I mean, in the documentary, it's just he says it. He didn't get into skating in the late 70s with the mindset of I'm going to be rich and famous someday off of this. He was just like, I love nothing more than this, and I want to make this my life.
Yeah.
And as long as I can keep the lights on and pay my bills, that's a happy life. He never intended to be, a legendary icon through the decades, the biggest name in skateboarding, and incredibly successful and wealthy.
Yeah.
It just happened. The only thing I can compare to that is how much I love video games. Like, I wish I loved anything that made me money as much as I love video games. Like, if I love writing, but it's still kind of a chore. Like, I have to force myself to do it because it's kind of stressful.
You gotta be in a mood.
It's frustrating when I'm trying to think of a scene and it's not coming to me, and then I'm just sitting there at a blank screen getting more and more pissed. I sit down in front of a video game, and like, if you told me one day, it's like, Kevin, you're 53, you should really stop. And it's like, but why? I love this. This is like my favorite part of waking up every day is going and doing this. That's how Tony is with skating. It's like, even if it didn't make him money, that's all he wants to do. It's the most fun thing in his life. It brings him the most joy. So I can put myself in that mindset of being like, wait, I can't stop doing this. What are you, insane? That's not an option. Stopping. Like, skating is my life.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's some, like, bucket list shit.
But skating with Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
I know.
It'd be like, I went to Jordan's home court and we just got up shots. It was cool. It's like, what? What are you talking about? It's like the fucking, I mean, he's the GOAT of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's so far out in front of the next guy. Like, who's the next guy? A casual, not even like just a normal person. Who's the next skateboarder they could maybe reference?
Well, I mean, I was talking to Carl, and she was like, I can't think of. I mean, just because I'm dating you, I can name Jason Ellis.
Right.
But if I wasn't, I couldn't name any other skater but Tony Hawk.
I mean, maybe Shaun White, but you know him more for his snowboarding stuff. But you know what I mean. But like, other than that, like, there's no one in the conversation. You know, like, there's no one worth like, he is the most important person and the best skateboarder ever.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how much more you got to talk about that. Just, or if you want to like review his documentary. And
well,
kind of
the only
it all
other
together.
thing that happened was, and the episode comes out. I mean, I feel like when our episodes drop, it's either late Monday night or early Tuesday morning. So the new Jason Ellis Show episodes come out Tuesday nights. So it could be, when you're listening to this, the episode could be out, but the YouTube episode will have footage of myself and Tully skating at Tony's ramp. And after they did the thing where they were trying to see how high I could go up on the half pipe by just like pumping my legs and riding the momentum, I took the board and I was thinking back. I'm like, okay, I was never good at skating, but the only tricks that I could consistently land were old school tricks, like grabs. Like, I wasn't very good at anything that required me to ollie. Like, my kick flips were never consistent. My shove-its were kind of consistent. But I was like, I'm just going to do a boneless. I'll do a frontside boneless 180. I used to be able to land those consistently. But I haven't been seriously on a skateboard in like 10 or 15 years. So I
was Tully's experience level with the skateboard.
Never been on one.
Oh, Jesus.
So they were just, if he could get to anywhere where it started to like incline on the half pipe and make his way back, that was like him landing a 900.
Yeah, dude. I went on a skateboard a handful of times, and the last time I landed directly on my elbow, and I was like, I'll never be on that fucking thing. I'll never get on one of those fucking things again.
Yeah, even the most simple flat ground bail on a skateboard hurts really bad. Like, my knees are still fucking bruised up. They look
Jeez.
better today, but yeah, I got pretty thrashed. But I grabbed the board and I just did a boneless attempt, and Jason was like, "You just trying to do a boneless over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, try and stick it. See if you can do it." So now Jason Ellis, Tony Hawk, the film guys, everybody's watching me try to do a very easy, unimpressive trick, and I am.
It's your 900.
Yeah, I mean, on the Jason Ellis Show Instagram account, there's a reel of like a mashup of it, and I'm just eating shit over and over and over. And Tony's fucking laughing his ass off at me, and they're like, "Come on, you're so close. You got to stick it. You got to stick it." I finally fucking land one after like 15, 20 attempts. Tony starts clapping. He's like, that was pretty good. And then he walked over to me later and gave me like a fist bump. And I was like, oh my, I can't believe.
Yeah, all that happened.
I
You just
can't-
said
yeah.
that story.
I cannot believe my fucking life. I can't believe like I've had crazy shit happen to me in my life that has no business happening to me. And this late, like
Even Carl's too hot for you.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut.
I mean, I'm pushing 40 and I can't believe cool stuff like just keeps like these pinch me moments. Like I'm almost like a minor Forrest Gump but stupider.
Yeah, you're like $1 billion worth of a shrimp empire away. But
Yeah.
you'll get your money making moment soon too. I have faith.
Sure.
I mean,
It's got to be inevitable.
It took Forrest a lot of different avenues before he found the profitable one.
Yeah.
So you'll get there. Man, that is fucking sick.
Yeah, and then a fucking so then we did a podcast where Tony came on for half of it and then Chris Cole came on for the other half. And while we're
I think I follow him on Instagram because
Chris Cole?
of you.
yeah, he's
Because
sick.
we met him at Ellis Mania.
Did I meet him?
I think so.
Probably.
I don't remember that. But cool. All right. Anyways.
He's nasty on a board. But
yeah,
it
he's
was,
sick.
so Tony's podcast studio has a window facing the half pipe. So while we're doing the show, I look out and fucking Steve Caballero is riding the half pipe doing tricks, and I'm just like I can't fucking believe this. This is
Yeah,
what is happening.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Tony Hawk, it would be one of the few people, not few, but I guess many, but still a short list, I would say, of people that I'd be like starstruck to run across.
Yeah, I mean I've met him so many times at this point,
Right.
and it's still every time I see him, I'm like, oh my god,
Like
Fucking
Tony Hawk,
Hawk's right there.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater is on it. It is a Mount Rushmore video game for me. Like
Yeah.
I fucking love it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, like in my heyday, I would have put money on it. Like I could beat you in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. No fucking way can you beat me.
Well, I have the remastered one and 2 on the PS5.
The 2 is the one with the Canada course, right? The second one is the Canada course. Like I remember
Think
like
so?
just crushing that course. Like starting off with like a fucking combo that was good for like 3 million. Like I
Oh.
knew
I spelled olive skate on the first run.
you pretty much like I never lost the manual. You know, like I stuck like a $2 million or a 2 million point trick right out the gate in that one. I fucking
Yeah.
love that video game, and I got so into it. I bought a Tony Hawk's Autobiography. The only time I really get into reading, I've read a handful of novels, like not in school, but the only time I've gotten into reading has been like autobiographies. Like I've read The Rock's autobiography, Mankind's autobiography.
Basically, all your main wrestlers.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and Tony Hawk. So the documentary that we saw, actually, it was a lot of it was covered in his autobiography. So
Yeah.
like I knew a lot of the shit already. It was cool seeing the old footage of his early skate competitions and
Yeah.
like I guess I don't know, just seeing young Tony Hawk was definitely fascinating, and the documentary was good.
I didn't
It
know
was.
that he was like a considered a pariah when he first started. Like people were like hating
Didn't
on
like
him.
him. Yeah,
he would get like booed.
I don't think he was like punk enough for the crowd.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
he was
like-
doing new
like
shit.
you
And
said,
people were like,
he-
who's this fucking twinkle toes dork? Like, this isn't skating. This guy's doing ballet or something.
yeah, like I think like original skate people looked at him like a nerd.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he like at this point would pretty much confirm that, like, yeah, I'm a skating nerd. Like
Yeah.
that's like my shit. You know what I mean? So like
Haven't you guys seen? Never mind. I just brain farted.
but the documentary was good. I did know of most of the stuff going into it, but it was still an enjoyable watch. The one thing, and I could have swore I have had to have brought this up to you before, because it's one of the funniest things I've ever read in anything. Did you know Tony Hawk has met two people that have known that can suck fart? I've told you this before, right?
No.
It's in his biography or autobiography. So like when he was like on the road, I think it was when the first time he met a suck farter was in Japan and the other one was in Vegas. Obviously he's mostly always did the skateboarding circuit thing.
Yeah.
But like they did one thing where someone blew cigarette smoke at this guy's ass, and then like he sucked it in, and then like a minute later farted out smoke. And just like reading it in the Tony Hawk autobiography, I remember like just having to close the book. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And it's just something that's like, that's Kevin Kraft. Like he met someone that could suck fart. And when you think about it, like, wouldn't that like be like a holy grail? If we can bring a suck farter onto the fucking MSPH podcast, that would be like a huge moment.
I mean, that's how the guys that used to go on Howard, like Will the Farter
Yeah.
and Mr. Methane, could do it. And Will the Farter actually was born without an anus, so they had to like pull out a corkscrew wine opener and give him one. So that also, I think that plays into how he can suck air in and then fart it back out. But like, man, it's like blowing cigarette smoke out after holding it in your ass for a minute. Like my hypochondriac ass just thought like, oh God, that's how you fucking get ass cancer, is just by like smoking through your ass and holding it in for too long.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're kids that are fucking traveling the world skateboarding, like it's like,
Oh,
well, whatever. Yeah, fucking.
That would have been my party trick. I'd be like, I'm not inhaling it in my lungs. It's perfectly fine. I'm doing this everywhere. I'm going to get so many chicks. I'm going to blow smoke rings.
The idea that he met two people that could suck fart. It's like,
Yeah.
what? I haven't even met one. I'm jealous.
But yeah, the documentary was great. Like, it got into his family life. I think I remember Jason saying one time, but I forgot, like the age gap between Tony and his siblings, and how pretty much when he was born, all of his other siblings were old enough to be his parents.
I did not retain that from the autobiography that I read, so that
Yeah.
was somewhat news when I saw it again.
And I'll fully admit, like, it was an emotional documentary, and when they showed him at the X Games, like, determined to do a 900, and just kept bailing and bailing and bailing, and the announcers are flipping out, and then when he finally landed it, I got kind of emotional.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Well,
I remember watching that in real time.
Oh, shit.
did you watch it in real time?
No.
Because I watched it in real time, and it's
I loved watching the X Games back in the day. They were so much fun to watch.
yeah. Well, did you watch this documentary?
Not yet. No, I didn't even know it came out until yesterday.
So Stacy Peralta brings up a good point about just like the cycle of skateboarding, like fame, and he's like in the mid 70s to early 80s, it hit a fucking boom, and then the mid 80s, early 90s, it died, and then it picked back up with the X Games and Tony Hawk, really. In the mid 90s, and then hit the video game, and then the Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game went nuts, and like that kind of like was the golden age of skateboarding. But like Tony Hawk's 900 is I don't know, I think it's the only like must see extreme like X game moment ever.
As far as makes, yeah. I mean, Jake Brown slamming is
Yeah.
another insane
Sure. Yeah.
X Games moment.
That,
but-
of course, yeah. But like, that's like the Tony Hawk 900 is something like I remember watching it live and it being like a thing. Like, holy shit, this guy's really gonna try this, and
Yeah.
he's doing it, and him just like I was like, come on, man, land it. But I wasn't like sick of watching him try. I knew he was getting fucked up, and like the Donald Trump workout meter, like he was pretty much near empty. When he hit it. I mean, how many more of those fucking slams can you take before it's like, you know what? You're all here, you're all cheering me on, but I can't go up there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this.
I think it literally will be when he physically cannot. That's the only thing that'll stop it.
With the skating.
Yeah.
He retired.
He does retire tricks, and he puts them up on his Instagram. Like these tricks are so dangerous that I can't risk bailing on these. So, like, he retired the 900. I forget what other trick but he puts it on his Instagram when he's retiring it. Like, this is the last time you will see me do this trick.
And I like how they're talking about how you retired the 900. It's like, for now. Which is just a crazy thought. I think he retired it, right?
I think
but,
he did too. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, like whatever. You never know. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to say anymore. But
it was a great documentary, though. Like, it's on HBO Max until the wheels fall off.
No surprises. You know what you're getting. It's cool. You're just watching Tony Hawk's legacy and his, like just hearing everyone kind of confirm just how much work he put in. Like the thing where it's like, how many 540s have you done, or how many McTwists have you done? It's like the $10,000 Malcolm Gladwell theory, where to perfect something, you got to spend 10,000 hours practicing. And he says, I've gotten 10,000 McTwists in.
Yeah,
it's like, fuck yeah, dude. I thought it was interesting. Just, I mean, obviously his commitment to skateboarding, even like that gap period where we're just talking about, where he just like killed it as like a 17-year-old, traveling around the world, making all this money, and then like these guys might have to work an office job. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yep.
So I don't know. It was a good documentary. Tony Hawk dicks. That's like 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's where I'm at. 4 dicks.
I feel like you're not biased, like, but you have to almost like suck Tony Hawk dicks for the just consider you just skated at his fucking on his ramp.
Yeah, I mean, it was surreal, like skating with him and then watching that documentary 2 days later.
Yeah, like this guy's a fucking icon.
Yeah,
and he fist bumped me because I landed a boneless. That's sick. I wouldn't even front if I was in that situation. Dude. I'd been like, I don't care who you are. I love you, Tony Hawk. I'm not getting on that fucking thing. Like, no way will I stand on that thing.
I did some of my attempts on the board he broke his femur on.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm actually kind of jealous. That's pretty sick.
Dude, and then, like, so after I landed it, I'm going through my head. I'm like, okay, what were the other tricks I used to do? So my buddy, when I did the slow children days, my buddy Kevin Carafa was a solid skater. He was good. He never got sponsored or anything, but he was one of the best of us. And he did a lot of those like old school grab tricks where you're not popping the board, but you're grabbing and like tossing it or flipping it and stuff. And he used to do this one move where you'd get some speed on your board, you take your front foot off the board, and then with your back heel, you sort of push the trucks. So it sends the board into a spin, and then you jump back on it. And I have no idea what it's called, but I was like, oh yeah, I used to land that one fairly consistently too. So I did it, and the material of what Tony's ramp is made out of is so slick that when I hit it with my heel, it started spinning like fucking crazy and got away from me. So I full-on sprinted towards it, jump up in the air, and try to land on the board.
Oh, no.
I landed on the nose. It flips the board upwards. My ankles get tangled in it, and then I rolled my ankle, which hurt like a motherfucker. And then on my way down to the ground, the board pops up, went right up my asshole. Launched, plopped down, got mild penetration, and then launched me further and fell again. And Tony and Jason lost all composure, pissing themselves laughing, and nobody got it on camera.
Oh, man.
Broke my fucking heart. Like, it hurt so bad. And somebody was like, think you could do that again? And I was like, I'm pretty sure you only lose your anal virginity once.
That was.
But that
They missed the moment.
Yeah.
Man. What
But,
a fucking. What a 24 hours you had, huh?
Just one of those
Living
moments
the
where
dream.
I can't believe it. It's like, yeah.
Did Carl think you were a little bit cooler that day, or was she like, whatever? You know?
She tries to play it cool, but I think she was impressed.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. She was pumped. She was like, man, what a same thing you said. She's like, wow, what a fucking day. And it did really sting. It was like, fuck, I know the person in my life who would just flip out the most would be my dad. Like, dude, I got up. I finally got up on a surfboard. And then I went and fucking landed a trick in front of Tony Hawk.
So I'm assuming he was probably a big Tony Hawk fan, too. I mean, if you're into surfing, you're tangentially into skateboarding. I think that worked.
I'm in no position to correct you. I'll let it slide. I know Shuddy's Googling it right now, but the fact that he had to Google it, we'll let it slide.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's one of the few words I
He's
feel
actually
confident.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He used that big word correctly, and we had to go to the sources to figure it out.
Don't ask me how to spell it.
Just been Jeff.
I just rely on
Fucking
autocorrect.
pussy.
In a way that relates only slightly to a matter, peripherally.
So your
shit.
father probably was a big Tony Hawk fan.
Yeah.
He would be stoked to hear
Tangentially.
that. I know the moment has passed, but I was curious on what your father's coolest surf spots were. Like, do you
Dude,
think if he had a power rank him, what do you think he puts?
I know he went to Bali
Yeah,
and surfed in Bali, and I'm pretty sure that was his
Everyone
his favorite
says
spot.
Bali.
Yeah.
they probably know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pretty sweet.
Well, I have more stuff to review, and I do want to make a quick announcement that should get anybody on our Patreon's butthole tingling. But we just learned MasterChef is coming back.
May 25th.
Yeah, the end of May, and they're doing something which I'm very excited about, and anybody who ever listened to Supermarket Queefs knows that this is an idea we pitched many times to the thin air. They're doing like a MasterChef past contestant face-off.
Like a tournament of runner-ups or
I don't-
champions.
It doesn't look like they've announced who is going to be involved, but it's just like previous
Jeff,
contestants.
I'm surprised. Why do you seem so out of the loop on this, Jeff?
Okay, so I made you guys aware by sending you guys Autumn's
Instagram.
but that's
Yeah, and it
all I
looked
got.
like-
I didn't even Google it.
It looked like, from what I got from that's one of the few. I was like, what's Jeff sending me from Autumn? And I look and I saw that. I was like, all right. But it's definitely people who didn't win.
Right. I don't know. Part of me thought it was the runner-ups, and then like Ginger, I showed him the Instagram. I sent him the Instagram. I was like, oh, she's going to be in it too, and I couldn't confirm that because Anne, who was also in last season, doesn't have as sick of Hooters as Autumn, or even as good of a cook. But whatever, she's cool. She was my pick to win it. Actually, she also posted that same thing. So I didn't know if it was just like.
Let's
It's like
see,
the
it's
Master Chef like brotherhood. It's like, yeah, we're all gonna post this shit
Yeah.
type thing.
It's called MasterChef Back to Win.
Back to win. Do they have the field? Like it's the fucking Masters. They
I'm
have the
looking to
field.
see.
Either
This
way,
year, the
when
series will see the return of some of the most memorable contestants from previous years.
Oh, you gotta bring back Autumn.
there's like, I feel like this might be because Shuddy was very unimpressed with MasterChef when we watched it last season.
It's COVID
'Cause
season.
There wasn't a lot of drama and shit, but there has been drama in the past, and my guess would be that the people that they're selecting to come back are going to be, they're going to work in some shit stirrers. So we probably will see more drama this time.
D. Goodman, the writer for GuiltyEats.com, ends his article about this as saying, we have our own opinions, and we'll just say that if Autumn Moretti from last season doesn't get another chance, there's no justice in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like there's no disputing Kelsey last season's winner that she had the best performance. She had the highest food chub score, actually. And that's me rooting for Autumn. But objectively, she had the highest chub score. And I think Autumn had the second or third highest. So she put together a hell of a performance. And I actually thought Autumn's final dinner was better than Kelsey's. But I thought Kelsey's performance for the season was better. So I'm with D. Goodman from GuiltyPleasures.com. I think that's what you said. Or GuiltyEats.com.
It's going to be 20 all-stars is what it says.
Autumn's coming back. I saw on her Instagram her posting stuff of her in LA and her in San Diego with one of her homegirls. Maybe she was out here filming.
Maybe.
I mean...
Well, we'll find out shortly.
I mean, what other reason is there to come to
Still
Southern
don't
California
like that
but
they
for
don't
work?
sequester them all in the same apartment and make them live together too.
Oh, and just get like a real world element added to it.
Yeah, like an ultimate fighter type thing. And they get into like vicious fights at the house.
It's like Food Wars. Someone tries Autumn's food and like, whoa, and all their clothes fly off.
Oh man, I would probably nut to her food.
You know, Autumn has seen Food Wars.
Absolutely,
She has to have.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
just
feel like
wanted to
that's
throw
like
that
an
out.
easy way to get her to reply to your DMs.
Yeah.
And I've tried it, so it hasn't worked. So I don't know. Maybe I got to try something else.
But yeah, we just wanted to make the Puminati aware. MasterChef is returning, and that also means Kraft or Geoff Shuddy Edition is returning for season 2. So that's on the $5 tier of the Patreon. That's one of the ones that we like. All of our specialty shows are on the $10 tier, but we decided to, since that one's periodically released, seasonally released, I guess, we put that on the $5 tier for the people.
Yeah,
For the people.
for the Puminati.
Another break before we get to more reviews. Shuddy Boy, you let us know in the Easter egg that you have an updated Tool take or something?
Yes, I found out that there is a song that Tool was specifically Danny not Jeff alluded to it, and yes, it is in reference to Danny Carey and the fact that he was in Green Jelly.
Oh.
And Maynard James Keenan also did backup vocals on Three Little Pigs.
And you
so
like
there
that?
There is a song with them that isn't complete garbage. So
Okay.
that song is better than anything in the Tool catalog.
Who is it for? Is it for Three Pigs or Green Jelly? I'm confused.
It's for specifically the song Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly.
Oh, all right, that's the song.
Do,
all right, you got
do you know any
I'm gonna
other
Google
songs
this,
by
girl.
Green Jelly? Because I remember as a kid, I had the cassette single.
I had the full cassette,
Oh, the whole album.
but I don't remember anything but the Three Little Pigs. It'd be
'Cause I
something
know they
I'd
were-
have to listen to.
They were initially Green Jello, and then they
And
got like a
sued
cease and desist,
Yep.
right? And had to change it to Green Jelly with like umlauts over the Y.
Yes.
All right, well,
I'm going to add it to my library. I'm going to listen to this.
You don't remember this song, Jeff? I think you're gonna actually be really disappointed.
yeah, it's very gimmicky and silly.
Very
Little pig,
early 90s.
let
There's a
me
chance
in.
I never heard it before.
By the hair on my chinny chin chin.
Little pig, let me in.
That's how the song goes. Jeff's jaw just dropped.
I'm not confident I'm going to like it, but whatever. We're getting Shuddy closer to admitting Tool isn't terrible.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you'll have, but next time Shuddy's in LA, we'll have to just like sneak attack a random deep cut good Tool song into a playlist.
They
And
don't
they-
exist.
Oh, what's this song that's playing right now? I actually kind of like this. Ah, ha! Gotcha.
I thought about trying that with you and Kanye when we go to In-N-Out, and I was like, you know
Oh,
what?
you motherfucker.
I don't know.
Well, I have said in the past that Kanye has made like decent beats.
Yeah, I think I could find a couple songs where it's like, oh wow, this is pretty good. But
The boys keep making me listen to Black Skinhead. So that one
Nice.
is growing on me because that is a really sick beat.
yeah, Yeezus, that album.
That pussy. All right, should we jump back into the reviews? I know we got more
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
have a
all
review.
HBO Max. I think this review segment's pretty much sponsored by HBO Max, right?
I got other ones.
Yeah, well,
I went to a theater.
Oh, as did I. Oh, I think I know a movie you saw, Shuddy. I'm fucking excited to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, yes, as anybody who follows me on Letterboxd knows, I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. And holy shit. This might have replaced Green Room as my favorite A24 movie.
Oh, yeah, it brings up your other take that you alluded to having.
Yep.
This I mean, there were some parts that were very A24-ish and very kind of pretentious and just fart sniffing, but overall, I loved every second of it. Michelle Yeoh was amazing. Data, oh my god, I loved him.
Yeah. Dude, it's like his character is so like endearing. I mean, I guess technically he plays multiple characters in it with the whole multiverse shit, but I mean, it's a wide release now, and Ke Huy Quan, who played Data in the Goonies and was it Short Round in Indiana Jones?
Yes.
He has a kung fu scene where he fucks people up viciously using a fanny pack.
It is amazing. The fight choreography was fantastic. Michelle Yeoh can still fucking move. Like, she played both parts very well. She played this older woman worn down by life, but she was very convincing. But it was fantastic. It was an amazing movie.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like it. It was just so unique and weird and funny and heartfelt and action-packed and utterly fucking bizarre. Like, it gets so weird. To the point where if you probably looked at it on paper, it was like, you are going to lose the masses with this. But I saw it in a packed theater, and people were just front to back laughing hysterically at all this weird shit.
Oh my god. There's in the scene where they're rocks.
Yes. Yeah.
At one of those jokes, somebody full on guttural belly laughed in a dead silent theater.
Yeah, it's everything a movie-going experience should be. It's fucking fantastic.
It was excellent. It was so fucking good.
Yeah, they're like really promoting like the reviews that it's getting.
It's currently the highest rated movie on Letterboxd.
Like,
I think it's
the one like the highest rated out in theaters.
No, on the entire app.
Like that includes Terminator 2 and Matrix and stuff.
And Godfather, yeah.
Wait a minute, Rocky. I'm gonna just
Speaking of Godfather,
list
there's
off 200 movies. How about Citizen
Paramount
Kane?
Plus docuseries coming out about the making of The Godfather.
Is it? So they're doing a docu-series and they're
Not
doing
docuseries. I'm sorry.
a show, right?
A
Okay.
drama is a drama series.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. I didn't know if because they do those things in twos now, if you remember, right? Like Tiger King, like the dramatization of it came out way after the documentary, but like the Pam and Tommy thing, they O.J. Simpson. That's how they've been doing these things. So I figured maybe there was a docuseries forthcoming as well.
Whoa,
With
Shuddy.
What?
So I just open like Letterboxd on your phone and look at your entry for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not like an uh-oh thing. It's a cool like Easter egg.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Do you see the little thing that says reviewed? Like pull up the listing, tap where it says like you've reviewed this film, like tap
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Do you see the little googly eye?
Yeah, that did it yet on Saturday when I reviewed the movie.
Oh, it didn't do that for me when I reviewed it.
But the googly eye moves
Yeah.
when you move your phone. Yeah,
fucking
when
cool.
I marked it liked, it did that.
That's sick. So yeah, I already saw your review, but for the listeners at home, where do you stand on Everything Everywhere All at Once?
5 dicks. Excellent film. Excellent.
Yeah, everybody that I follow on Letterboxd that has seen it has given it 5 stars, except for Captain Contrarian Mark Rooster.
These
I
are
was
my
like-
3 follows.
And listen, as soon as the
That's all I
movie
got.
ended, I was like, "So, what'd you think?" And he waited a second. I'm like, "You didn't like it, did you?" He's like, "No, I liked it, but didn't love it." He's like, "It was too long."
How
Yeah,
long was
boy.
it? Is there a case to be made that was too long? I know you're not really hearing it, but
I don't think so. I mean, is Terminator 2 too long?
an hour and 39. No, it's too short. That's my only knock on it. They could have stretched it out another 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once is, I think, like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I mean, you could
But
have
it's-
stretched that Skynet shootout out for another at least hour and a half.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was phenomenal in it. The girl who played Joy, she's in the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon, so I
I've never seen
recognized
that.
her. It was excellent. Allie Muffin, what did you think of Everything Everywhere All at Once?
You know she supports the Asian community. She's a little Asian woman herself.
Yep.
She loved it. 5 dicks.
5 red rockets.
Little mama.
So what else did you see, Jeff?
I was interested in getting your thoughts on this because I don't even know how to feel about this show, and I'm assuming you haven't seen it yet, but you should. Tokyo Vice.
Yeah, I saw that. It is right up my alley, but the main star is fucking Ansel Elgort,
Okay,
who I don't know. That guy annoys me.
why? His name is annoying,
So is
And-
his face.
and his face is a little annoying. But the only other thing I saw him in was Baby Driver, and Baby Driver kicked ass. And he
Baby
kicked
Driver
ass
did kick
in it.
ass, but he annoyed me the entire time.
I just don't agree.
Like
with
when
you.
Jamie
Fair
Foxx
enough.
bullied him, I was like, "Yeah, get him, Jamie."
Fair enough. I don't feel that, or I don't agree with you. So, okay, we can kind of agree to disagree on that one. I don't know how to feel about Tokyo Vice. I think 3, maybe the 4th episode. That's a hard 2 words for me to say too. Every time I say Tokyo, I always want to say Tokyo Voice, and I always and I fuck it up most times. Like I really have to try to say it right. Tokyo Vice. It's
I
got-
like Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, it's got him. It's got what's his name again? I can't. Intel Engelfort. It's like, dude, get a fucking stage name. What is wrong with you? Like, be Dan. Dan Anselfort, whatever his name is.
His name was probably like Dan Smith, and then they're like, "No, I need something more exotic for the movies." Ansel Flop Gorgle Florps. What the fuck are you doing?
All right, no, what is it though?
Ansel Elgort.
Jesus Christ, it is so annoying. I think he's good. It didn't even dawn on me until like Cheech mentioned it afterwards, or Bill mentioned it when he was asking about it. But I think this fool speaks like perfect Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, because like he's in Japan. The premise of the story is it's a journalist, an American journalist who goes to Japan and wants to cover Japanese news for whatever. They don't fully describe that after through 2 episodes. I'm assuming they're like weaving in the origin story as they go about it. But I don't fully get why he wants to break news in Japan, and then he ends up like getting into the Yakuza gangs, which I don't know. I'm just reading the plot.
It looks like it's got good reviews.
Yeah. So, but like it's in Japan, so everyone's speaking Japanese.
Yeah.
And most of it's in subtitles, and I just like didn't register to me that he was speaking Japanese, and like. I also don't know what good Japanese sound like. I don't know. Like I can't.
Like, I don't know. He sounds like that guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I look at it. But I think he is speaking like legit good Japanese. And
Well, props to him. I mean, he is a dedicated actor.
yeah,
I don't know. His face ruins it for me. He's so punchable.
I don't know what I should IMDb it. I will as I'm saying it, but I don't know of anything he's done since Baby Driver. Has he just been working on
fucking
Japanese?
West Side Story, and I had to suffer through that.
That's right.
Like, not only did West Side Story suck, it's like, great, now I have to suffer through all this stupid singing and prancing, and I gotta look at this motherfucker's face?
And you hate
Half a
his
dick.
face.
Half a dick.
Was he like the lead in it?
Yeah.
So this guy's having a fucking year.
Yeah. And he beat, like, sexual assault allegations, too. Like, even that's not canceling him.
Holy shit.
Like, I don't think he actually beat them, but he got accused of sexual assault, and it didn't hurt his career at all.
Well, and like movie studios want to get as far away from that shit as possible. So
I know.
If there
maybe
were
they're just banking on people just have given up.
That's true. Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to like say this guy could be not so terrible, and you just won't. You won't budge. I got you. All right. Yeah. So I'm clicking into him. I didn't know he was in West Side Story. Fuck, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess he's done shit besides Baby Driver, but not a lot. I always thought he was good in Baby Driver. I'm not as annoyed by his face. I'm going to continue to watch this, and I figured it'd be something you're into because, as far as I knew, like Japan was like your favorite Asian country.
I mean, it's the only one I've been to, but
yeah,
I do love it. I'm currently playing this video game on PS5 called Ghostwire Tokyo, and it was one that when they showed the demos for the PlayStation 5 before it came out, I saw the gameplay and I was like, oh, that looks sick. And it took so long to come out, and it finally is out. And I didn't know. So when you start playing the game, it's automatically in Japanese, which makes sense. It's in Tokyo. So all the characters are talking to each other in Japanese and there's subtitles. And I watch so many Japanese movies that it doesn't bother me in the slightest. But then I saw there is a way to switch it over to English. But I was just like, fuck it. I like it better in Japanese. I don't mind reading this. But it's getting bad reviews, but I love the game. I
just figured you had Japan power ranked as your number one Asian country.
Yeah, I mean,
A, because you've been there. B, because you love video games and anime.
Yeah. So. I mean, Japan's just my jam. I love Japanese food. The country is very fun to visit. It's like a clean New York.
You should check this out and circle back. I mean,
yeah, I probably will because I do really like Ken Watanabe.
And it's the old school format. It comes out weekly. You know, they don't just dump the whole thing into a stream and.
Well, maybe I'll let them pile up and then I'll just binge it.
Yeah,
but it gets the thumbs up so far.
I don't really have a grade right now. That's why I was hoping you would be into it and check it out yourself, and then we could kind of figure it out together. It has potential. I can't figure out whether or not I like it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how this develops.
I'll update you guys as I'm watching it.
So I actually went to the theater this weekend as well, but I saw a different movie from Shuddy.
You saw Ambulance?
I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I reviewed the first one, and I think I gave it 3 dicks.
Punch him in the nuts.
I'm not going to do that.
How dare you, Shuddy?
I got to spend...
Look, it's fucking Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
That's true. No matter what you think of Sonic or that trailer, Jim Carrey is like Mount Rushmore of comedic actors. He does kind of get a pass.
And he killed it in the first one.
Or do you disagree, Shuddy?
Oh, he's yelling at one of the dogs, I think. I don't know. The first one was like, that was fine. If I was a kid, that probably would have been great. That probably would have been like the first Ninja Turtles movie.
If I was a kid, I'd suck 5 Sonic dicks.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I was like, it had its moments, and it was worth watching to get through the unfunny jokes, like specifically aimed at children, to get like some cool Sonic stuff. Because I grew up loving Sonic. I still love Sonic. I still play Sonic games. And it's almost like I owed it to my inner child. And then at the end of the first Sonic movie, in the post-credit scene, Jim Carrey gets warped to like a mushroom planet. He's fucking bald. His mustache has exploded and is all crazy. And I was like, that's what I wanted the whole goddamn movie. Jim Carrey killed it, but he's now full Robotnik. And then Tails shows up, and it's like, we got fucking the real Robotnik and Tails? So I was kind of pumped for this. Maybe I shouldn't say way better. Better than the first one. This was legit fun.
So if the kid Kevin watches you suck 6 Sonic dicks,
Perhaps.
oh my god,
I would have found a way. But like, Tails is in it, Knuckles is in it, Idris Elba plays Knuckles. You get a moment where
I
Sonic.
can't remember Knuckles. I can remember Tails.
He was like the red one.
I thought Tails was red as well.
No, he's
Tails was a fox.
Yeah, he's
so he
yellow.
was orange.
or
Oh,
orange.
Yeah, okay. You can't be trusted with the colors.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for clearing that up, Shuddy.
You're welcome.
But it was definitely like I was ready to do the same thing as the first one. I'll suffer through this to see Jim Carrey be phenomenal,
Pay my respects. to
which
Jim
he
Carrey.
was. He was great in the first one. He was great in this one. Funny as fuck. Every time Jim Carrey is on screen, it's a blessing. He killed it. And there were like really good Easter eggs, shouting out the games. The Tails was great. Knuckles was great. Sonic, who's voiced by Jean-Ralphio from Parks and Rec, goes Jean-Ralphio in the movie, and every adult in the theater was like, "Yeah!"
Nice. John Ralphio is one of the better TV characters in the last 20 years.
Yeah. But the action was really good. The Sonic stuff that they worked in was fucking great. I had like a smile on my face the whole damn time. It's not like a Pixar movie where adults can watch it and like everybody's enjoying the same shit. It's definitely splits off where there's like these just really stupid, easy jokes that are clearly thrown for the kids, which in the theater I went to landed very well. And then they split some stuff up that go right over kids' heads and is like winks and nods to the grown-ups.
So were you the only grown-up without a kid there, you think?
No, there was a row of fucking dorks behind me.
Fucking dorks.
Yeah,
Well, who were you with?
me.
So,
I was not getting Carl into the theater to see fucking Sonic 2.
oh man, so that's the only way you would be less dorky than those dorks. If there was a group of them, at least they could be dorks together. You go
Yeah.
there with your hot
I was-
girlfriend. It's like, you know what? I'm the alpha dork.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
Carl.
I'm having
you're
sex
a beta
after
dork.
this, you idiots.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, dude, I one up myself.
How's that? Do you have that hidden for a reason?
Yeah, but I bought this Sonic cup at AMC.
What's the reason it's hidden?
Oral.
Like I mentioned, I would like to have sex again at some point in my life. But look at this! Isn't this fucking rad? He pops out. You get like a little Sonic figure that sits on the cup.
It is rad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's definitely the anti-poon, but it's pretty cool.
I can't give it like that high of a score, but let's just say like I had moments where my inner child was like, "Thank you so much for going to see this fucking movie." There really were like, if you grew up loving Sonic, I was so fucking jealous, and it was funny because I tried to go at an off time, thinking that I might be alone in the theater, and of course it was packed with fucking kids, and kids.
Fucking kids.
Kids have, like, you know how kids don't have an indoor voice? Like, every thought that pops into their head, they shout it. So, like, the movie's going on, and these kids are screaming, and, like, Knuckles pops up, and this little kid is like, "See, Dad? I told you Knuckles was cool!" And it was just moments like that, but it wasn't annoying me. It was like, I'm so pumped that fucking kids still love Sonic.
No, you can't be that guy annoyed by kids talking in the middle of a Sonic movie. That would be terrible.
But I don't know. I thought
Fuck those kids.
it was. I'll suck 3.5 Sonic dicks. It was legit better than the first one. Like James Marsden, the guy who played Cyclops in the X-Men movies, is fucking great in it. He's like, he's the wholesome guy who Sonic lives with.
I feel like
and he's got this smoking hot wife, Tika Sumpter, and she's awesome in it.
I feel like that guy, James Marsden, isn't as big of a movie star as I thought he would be off of X-Men, but I think he's going to make $1 billion as that wholesome guy in movies.
Dude, I'm telling you, they already greenlit Sonic 3.
He's just a good-looking guy. He seems nice.
Yeah, and he's like really charming in this movie.
Yeah. Like, I want him to give me advice, so seeing him give other people advice on camera would work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he could break bad news to me, James Marsden.
Yeah.
My mom died. Well, that sucks.
But
Maybe
thanks
he
for
has a
breaking it
cameo.
gently, James Marsden.
You know who else has a cameo? Kevin
What?
Kraft.
Oh, Thank
If
you.
anybody needs any news given to anybody or anything, visit him on Cameo.
Yeah,
Oh.
I share my cameo with Droopy Dog, so if
I
you
was
do have to deliver
confused
some
about-
bad news in real life, you can hit my cameo up.
I was confused by what you meant by cameo. I thought you meant cameo in the
Geoff.
movie. I forgot about that.
I've got some bad news, Geoff.
How is your cameo going? Did it die?
Let's just say if my progress report were to be given a celebrity update, it would be done by Droopy Dog.
Things are bleak.
Sales are down. Sales are down.
Turns out you owe Cameo money.
But I mean, yeah, I Sonic 2 kicked ass. It was fun. I know its flaws, which is why I can't give it higher than a 3.5. But if you grew up loving Sonic like me, you owe it to yourself to go see Sonic 2.
I don't know where I stand
Fucking-
on Sonic.
Jim Carrey, I think, at one point starts dancing to Pantera in it. I was
That's
like,
cool.
fuck, look at this movie growing some balls. Throwing in some Pantera.
Yeah, Dimebag Darrell, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought Sonic 1 and 2. I think there was 2 on Sega Genesis, right?
There's
definitely
a lot
1.
on Sega Genesis.
Okay.
3 was on Genesis.
Well, I got done with Sega Genesis when Super Nintendo came out. Then I just kind of like fully went over to Super Nintendo.
Oh.
So
See, I had a homie who had
That's probably-
a Genesis. So every time I went to his place, it was just we spent all day playing Toe Jam and Earl and Sonic.
that's probably why I don't have as much of like a affinity towards Sonic, or it's because I pretty much gave up playing Sega
Yeah.
immediately when Super Nintendo came out, and I didn't fuck with Dreamcast really. I'm sure they had a
Nobody
Sonic
did.
movie
That's why it
or a Sonic
pretty
game.
much bankrupted Sega out of the console business.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my cousin had Dreamcast, and every time we played it, I was like, "This is a fucking phenomenal console. This rules."
But it had a Sonic game too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it any good?
In all honesty, I don't think I
kinda
ever
remember
played it.
I remember playing it. And I don't remember how I even felt about it, because I just feel like at that time my personality changed. I was more into like sports games and
yeah, Sonic Adventure was the Dreamcast one, and it looked like it was 3D, not side scrolling.
I wonder how much of the Puminati are going to go see Sonic based on your 3.5 dick score.
I hope they do, because it was fucking good, and there's a good post-credit scene, and there's going to be a third one, and I'm fully on board.
We have a lot of Puminati dads who can get into that movie by saying they're bringing their kids.
Yeah, I know Ginger is in that boat. I don't
Yeah.
know if he ever ended up going to see it, but I know he was like, all right, I suffer through some pretty shitty kids movies. Sonic is one that I'm actually like, okay, I'll...
There's a hold
I'm
his
into
daughters hostage, take him to Sonic.
Oh, man.
Oh, I have one other thing to review, just because it's also an HBO series, and it's coming out. I think the second episode of his 3-part documentary comes out tonight, and it's called The Invisible Pilot.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that before we started.
Yeah, it's an Adam McKay produced documentary series.
Yeah, he's been kind of wearing out his welcome with you lately.
Yeah,
huh?
he has, but he can't. He's come back. This story is fucking cool, and it's covering what I think is like one of the more interesting stories ever, and that's like the U.S. government's involvement in the drug war and drug smuggling, and like the whole Iran Contra controversy, and like pretty
Okay.
much Sicario, like that storyline. I find that shit to be so interesting. Like
Yeah.
the government funding drug wars and fighting it, like, and all like the fucking tangled webs that creates. So it's about this guy named, I think his name's Gary Betzner, and have you seen the trailer? Do you know what I'm talking
No.
about at all? So
Nope.
I would spoil it for you because you haven't seen the trailer, but if you saw the trailer, it wouldn't be a spoiler, right? So he's an invisible pilot. like that, or that's the name of the documentary. So he kind of goes off the grid and just becomes like a drug smuggling pilot.
Okay.
And supposedly he's the greatest drug smuggling pilot ever. And like the first episode ends on that. So like the first episode is mostly his origin story, right? Like he's got a family, he's got kids, how he gets into the drug business, and then something major happens, and then he's like, they talk about that, and then it ends with, afterward I became the greatest drug smuggling pilot ever. So that's where it leads. So I guess the next episode, which pretty sure airs on HBO tonight, I can't wait to watch. It's going to be him just, I guess, running drugs with a cartel.
Nice.
It'd be sick, yeah. I just find that shit interesting. I always thought that guy was Barry Seal, who was played by Tom Cruise in a movie recently, and I actually never even saw the movie. But Barry Seal is like a legendary, like fucking drug smuggling like pilot that worked for the CIA and worked for, who's the dude in Colombia? I'm spacing out on his name. Pablo Escobar. Yeah. So, but apparently this guy Gary Betzner is fucking sick too. I don't know. I find these stories interesting.
Well, you are the MSPH resident documentary nerd.
I'm happy though. That's like my beat, and you guys don't really. Shuddy dabbles in his documentaries from time to time, but I think I'm a little more consistent on that front.
I know, obviously documentaries are having a moment. There's just fucking tons of them.
Carl likes them.
Loves them. Holy shit.
Ask her to watch fucking Invisible Pilot for me.
She's probably already watched it.
Well, it came out recently, so you never know. Maybe I would be breaking some news to her.
So I was thinking about this when I was watching the Tony Hawk documentary on HBO Max. Is the documentary GOAT King of Kong Fistful of Quarters?
It's in the conversation. I'm glad that you asked that question. We can do like a Mount Rushmore, almost like bracket of documentaries.
As far as like, okay, so are we lumping in docu-series as long with documentaries, or is it only documentaries?
So I'm pretty sure OJ Made in America, I think it was
That's
like
a series.
6 hours, but I think they released it in theaters so they can get nominated for Best Picture, and I'm pretty sure it was nominated for Best Picture.
What?
In 2019.
I don't remember that.
Google
was it? What was it called again?
OJ Made in America. Best Picture. Yeah, do that. See if it comes. I think it was nominated. And I think they released it in the theater just so it can get nominated.
Well, it does have an 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's fucking
I saw that immediately.
It's fucking phenomenal. Like like as far as documentaries go, like it's
7 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah, it's long. But like you could, for me personally, and granted, I'm into this shit. I'm into documentaries, but you could throw it on. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's watch it.
So it won Best Documentary.
Right.
I don't think it got nominated for Best Picture.
All right, fair enough. But it did have a theatrical release, so it could be nominated for Best Documentary. Like I think that part, obviously, like was accurate of what I said. Yeah. Anyways, to me, it's like you can't go wrong with King of Kong. Because like I felt like everyone watched that when it came out. Everyone talked about it. When it came out when I was in college, right? 2007 or something like that.
I think so. So I pay for the pro version of Letterboxd, which I think is like $8 a year, and it gives you access to all these other stats. So like it gives you these little pie charts of like there's one for Guillermo del Toro's favorite movies. There's the top 250 movies on Letterboxd, of which I've seen 35% of them. Best Picture winners, I've seen 35% of them. Box Office Mojo all time. There's all these different lists. And my most pathetic one is top 250 documentaries. I've seen 1% of them.
And what is the 1% that you've seen?
I don't know how to sort it by the ones that I've seen.
Uh-huh. All right.
Sort by...
Obviously, King of Kong is one. And it came out in 2007, so I was right about that. King Kong Fistful of Quarters. Like, I remember, like, watching it, and in college, like, it going around, like, everyone talking about it, and, like, watching it in college houses, and like everyone had like did you see that shit? So like that, almost automatically puts it in the conversation for me. And the other ones I've talked about this, like the Beatles documentary, to me is just like,
Is that Get Back?
yeah, fucking like it's incredible. It's
That's-
incredible footage.
Yeah, that's ranked number 1 on this list
Oh, word.
of the top 250 documentaries.
Is that by like audience score?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one has the same rating as Everything Everywhere, 4.6.
Like, I know you're not into the Beatles and you're not really into documentaries, but if it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like if there was one documentary where it was like you should probably see it, it's important for like human history, it'd be that one. I think Shuddy said this. Like, wasn't Peter Jackson's World War I documentary just fucking tight?
It
Were
was
you saying?
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I want to watch that one, but like for me, the Mount Rushmores,
They shall not grow old.
Oh, yeah, I remember you were super pumped on that one.
yeah, for me, the Mount Rushmores, King of Kong, Get Back, the Miracle on Ice documentary, the HBO Miracle on Ice documentary, and then the OJ Made in America. Those are like my 4 favorite, I would say. I think it was Wild Wild World. The Netflix one was fucking sick.
Oh, that's
Making a
the one about
Murderer-
that cult or whatever?
Yeah. Making a Murderer. Like the second one, it kind of jumped the shark, but the first season was it was tight.
Yeah.
Like it was tight. Tiger King, like that's another one that definitely jumped the shark. But like if I'm being real, when I watched, it was like, fuck yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I
When
mean?
the first season dropped, I was as wrapped up as everybody else.
And it was perfect because it was like, it was the pandemic. No one had shit going on.
Yeah.
Like Tiger King was like, oh my God, like this is the only thing that everyone talked about.
Yeah.
So it was cool. But I don't know, what other documentaries do you have up there that you even like jump out to you that I haven't named? Like you're not a big documentary guy, so like,
It's a deep cut, but I like the one on Robert Crumb, who was like a cartoonist. He did these like underground, raunchy, like comic strips in I think the 70s. And I don't know how it got on my radar because I think I rented it at Blockbuster when I was a kid. But it was, I remember that was also my first ever Amazon purchase in my life. Was I convinced, this was back when Amazon just sold books. And I wanted to get, I loved the documentary so much that I wanted to get some of his, art books. So I found, my mom let me use her credit card to buy a book of Robert Crumb drawings and stuff.
oh shit, that is a very deep cut. I have no idea anything you just said. I mean, I know what Amazon is, but deep cut.
Yeah, that's about it.
So one thing I do want you to ask Carl to watch Invisible Pilot, and I'd almost assume Bonnie is gonna watch it. I'll holler at her on Instagram.
Word.
She's a documentary buddy for me.
So now that we've come to the end of the show, Geoff, how are the Sonder Space Crystals medicated Pop Rocks hitting you?
I mean, they tasted fine. They're not really hitting me. I would have forgotten I'd taken them if I didn't have the empty wrapper here in front of me. But I mean, they taste good. It's just not like I'm not like stoned.
No.
No.
Yeah, my bitch ass got rocked on half a bag.
So if you want to smoke some Joey Diaz weed later, I'm going to be down.
Word. All right, well, that brings us to the end, friends.
Oh no.
I know.
They're going to be so mad about no voicemails.
I know. It fucking show flew by. I even saw a new Netflix movie. We don't have time to review that.
If you're mad about not hearing voicemails, just put it all on Tony Hawk and his stupid broken femur.
At Kevin Kraft Sucks on Twitter is where you can direct all of your complaints.
Yeah. I mean,
The official MSPH complaint department at Kevin Kraft Sucks.
You
well,
think
here, since we ran out of time, I'll do a little teaser for Patreon. When we do the Patreon show, I'll review the new Netflix movie, Metal Lords.
Oh, not The Bubble?
I haven't seen The Bubble yet.
I don't know what either one of these are.
The Bubble is a new Judd Apatow movie.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, let's talk about that behind the paywall. I'm not a huge fan of Judd Apatow.
See, I am.
I kind of want to shit on him. All right, fair enough. I won't do that then.
But I did see Metal Lords. It's a new comedy movie on Netflix about high school kids trying to start a death metal band. And I got some thoughts. So anybody who's on the Patreon, you'll be able to hear that shortly. And anybody who's not on our Patreon, I strongly suggest checking it out. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Hit it up. You can also
Kraft or
see
Geoff coming back.
It is with
Next
a
month.
vengeance. Very excited about that. YouTube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If you'd like to see the visual aspect of this, you can get to see little Mama in her command center and Geoff enjoying a new edible on Baking with Geoffy Cakes. No, she is out of it.
Allie.
She must have gotten a contact high. Oh, there she is.
Little mama.
That's a face that knows she's getting a doggy patty soon.
Oh, yeah. In-N-Out later. She loves In-N-Out.
She just started quivering with anticipation.
Oh, mama.
And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. If you want to shoot us some emails, madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. Shuddy, you got any tour dates?
Nope, no tour dates. Just keeping it here in good old Q-Town.
Geoff, I'm sure some stuff is brewing on Bet Slippin' Podcast.
Yeah, listen to Bet Slippin' Podcast. The NBA playoffs starts this year, or this weekend. I've been killing it this year in the NBA regular season. If you've listened to my NBA regular season daily podcast, it's impossible for you to lose money. I've went nuts in the NBA this year. I've made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, let Geoff make you some sports betting money, and then you can sign up to Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. You can get the whole Jeff Clark experience. You get my free sports betting podcast, then throw me some money on Patreon. I actually had a few people hit me up on Twitter just talking about my Bet Slippin' podcast.
Nice.
And I'm thinking about DMing them like, yo, hit up my Patreon though if you really want to throw me some support, because like I've legit made people money. Like I'm fucking killing it this year.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm locked in for the playoffs. I can't wait for the playoffs to start. I'm gonna have some picks and some bets, and you can check all that out on my Twitter at Jeffrey_Clark, and/or listen to my podcast at Bet Slippin' Podcast on USA Today Network. Thanks for letting me shout it out, by the way.
You got it. Thank you for listening, friends, all you in the Puminati. And until next time, something